City streets passing by underneath stormy skies. Neon signs in the night, red and blue city lights, cargo trains rolling by. Once again, someone trains and winter rains, no going by, no going home. Trains across their lanes, and in the sky, a star alone. Trains and winter rains, no going by, no going home. Trains across their lanes, and in the sky, a star alone. Trains and winter rains, no going by, no going home. Trains across their lanes, and in the sky, a star alone.
It is 1994 and the breakup of BR is near. There was tension amongst the high-speed trains who were hearing rumours about being part of different operating companies. There was also a worry about the impact it would have on services locally and cross-country. There was also to be a change in depot management and railway maintenance. Progress had been made on the Seawell Coastal Railway. New engine sheds had been built at Silkminster and Lyme Bay to allow room for the amount of engines they now had, and open up workshop space for more maintenance in the workshops. The corridor line had reached South Hill and work was being completed on the station. Once open, Doyle would run a shuttle service as he could easily turn around. Mary would also run if all went well and it got popular. Clive was still away, and during the time, Dell took his train. Mary was busy, so Mac took his big train, and Moore, the new shunter, was now in charge of the yard at Lyme Bay. The Class 24 didn't have a name yet. He was always on standby to help breakdowns and was not much of a talker. A lot of the time he sat in the sheds at the harbour daydreaming. What did he think about? Well, nobody knew. Opening up alongside passenger services to South Hill was a mass production factory for Silder cheese. Having been nationally recognised for over 100 years, the company had drawn up a contract with the SCR and Seawell trains to distribute across the nation and export abroad. To supply the factory, the company merged with Silkminster's dairy distribution, who then relocated onto the industrial estate next to the branch line. The former land site now situates two supermarkets which have expanded over recent years. Based at Siltminster, the smaller engines were met by Stuart a week later. "I have work to be done on the new dairy line and had a stroke of luck in finding the engine to handle the factory pickups. You will remember him differently from the appearance he will make this time. His owner donated him because he is now retired, but has volunteered to help us out on the railway." Doyle had a hunch. "Is it Leo, sir?" he asked. "Correct. He will have his own coaches for events, but he will mainly be used at South Hill," replied Stuart. The story spread about how he had last visited as Thomas, and by the time Kirsty brought him to the SCR, everyone had questions for him. However, he was mainly busy with his new job with the dairy and factory. Soon the line to South Hill opened and Doyle began a trial run on his own. Beyond Silton Junction, the signals were digital ready for when the line would become commercial. Starting at Siltminster, he made the usual journey to Silton. Then he proceeded onto the line that until now only Kate and Glenn had travelled. The rural scenes went by with sights of the branch at another angle, and countryside never explored since the line closed long ago. At South Hill, Glenn and Kate were hard at work extending the line so that the river bridge could be rebuilt, and then onwardly they would go towards the sea village of Burton. Doyle arrived on platform 2, which was currently the only one in service. Barry now terminated at Line Bay to go via South Hill to Breen Bridge. Breen Bridge was the junction where the other end of the corridor line was routed. The sight of South Hill was amazing. A simple rural village on a hill above the marshes of the River Sea was the one and only village to sit above the line in the area. The station was beautiful once more, and the working yards serving the station and cheese factory brought life back to the area. Currently 2 sheds house Kate and sometimes Glenn while they continue to work on the line. Soon it would host as a stopping place for Leo and temporarily the commercial trains during service later on. Soon it was time to go and Doyle headed back. He did this service for a week, and then Mary joined him with Mary the auto coach. The line was greatly becoming used to the point where they needed a better guaranteed connection to Bristol. So Sean and Stuart went to the newly formed Angel Trainz, who now owned some of the local stock from recently disbanded British Railways. Further discussions were taken up with the Department of Transport, proposing to class the system as part of the Bristol Metro system. Already Bristol operated a line with ex-London tube stock to the airport, and many lines were considered to expand the system. After a few months the plans were submitted and a 15-year plan was approved, with the first phase to link the coastal corridor to Bristol by 2000. Despite the layout approved, one vital thing had to be improved before the first services started. The Silkminster link needed to be upgraded to allow traffic to communicate consistently without request on and off the main line. In the plan, the platform was to be extended to service commercial trains on this line. Work progressed on both this and the corridor line, and by 1997 enough was completed to run services. By this time, Marlon and Ernie had been painted in the livery and now operated the new service. Other DMUs of their class, and Don Young, who was a 158, had been painted in Wessex Trainz livery, now running their old services. Harry and Sonia were in the Great Western livery and ran from London to Penzance, while recently, this year, Tammy was now part of Virgin Trains from Edinburgh to Plymouth. The privatisation period of Britain's railways had arrived, and while things were set to change for the better, the real test was dead ahead. With British Railways now gone, the troubles were far from over.
City streets passing by, underneath stormy skies, neon signs in the night, red and blue city lights, cargo trains rolling by. Once again, someone cries. Trains and winter rains, no going back, no going home. Trains across the plains and in the sky, go stars.